Welcome back. We're here with a special guest, all the way from Utah, originally from Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Originally from Jersey. Tell us your name, bro.
For the Franklin heads, Franklin natives, I'm Alfredo Garcia.
Hey.
Alfredo.
Okay.
Back
Alfredo in the building. Okay.
What do they call you out there in Utah?
Alfredo.
Hey.
Nah, it's family call me Fredo. And just keep it like that.
Type shit.
Alright, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
My bad, bro, if I cut you off. But tell us, bro, like, where'd you grow up and how was your upbringing?
For sure. So I grew up here in Jersey, in Somerset, and shit was cool. Shit was breezy. I went to Franklin High with all you fucks, so should be rocking. Shit. That's probably pretty much it. Ain't nothing too crazy to tell y'all.
Franklin. Yeah. So what's it like growing up in Franklin and then going to Utah? And what kind of the differences you see there?
You wouldn't believe it, but it's like extreme culture shock. Like extreme. So you know how Brunswick's, they got the Spanish cats and all that. You push up towards Newark, you get a mix of everybody.
Of course.
You got Franklin. That's everybody.
For real.
Yeah.
And then you get your ass in, specifically where I live in Logan, Utah. White people, nothing but white people.
They got the Klan out there.
They probably do.
Shit, they got the
What
cult.
the fuck?
Not the Klan, the cult.
What kind of cult you talking about?
So I got these Mormon motherfuckers.
Alright.
And they be on some shit. Motherfuckers can't drink tea, can't drink soda.
You can't drink flavored water?
Shit, probably not even that.
Yeah, they probably can't.
So it's like having been raised by a black man, and I'm a Mexican kid, going to an extreme culture shock of just nothing but white. And even a Hispanics is caught up in it too. All this Mormon shit.
That's crazy.
Huh.
And
That's wild.
It's weird. So,
Yeah, it goes to show that that's low key really a cult, bro. Honestly.
nah, yeah, like some weird shit they got going on. It's like you go to church for 3 hours on a Sunday, and like there's all these ridiculous rules. You got to be church every day. You don't miss a day.
Wait, every single day for 3 hours?
They go on Wednesdays. They go on Saturdays. They go on Sundays when it's 3 hours in depth. And I'm just like, can never be.
Did they ever try to recruit you into this cult?
Nah.
Have you ever talked to a girl that had like Mormon heritage or whatever?
Ironically enough, yes, I have. So my girlfriend, she's ex-Mormon.
Oh shit.
So she began, following that religion and shit, and by the time she was cognitive enough to make her own decision, she was like, "This ain't for me." So,
Hey.
and now we on to the next.
What if she told you about it though? Like, does she know that it's a cult, or is she just like, oh, it's just a religion and we just don't do it anymore?
Oh no, bro. You can ask ex-Mormons and you just hit them up straight like with this question: is Mormonism or are Mormons or the Mormon Church a cult? 9 times out of 10 they're gonna say yes.
Damn, that's like the Jehovah's Witness shit.
No, that's a fact, bro. Jehovah's Witness, bro, always knocking door to door, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's annoying as hell. Like, what the hell do I look like, bro? And then, what the fuck? Knocking on my door every fucking day?
Bro, what the fuck? Okay, so I heard by someone that said that they have multiple wives too, or they can have multiple wives.
Yeah, so let me clarify. So there's 2 types of Mormons that you would run into in Utah. There's LDS and then FLDS.
Damn, they got cliques?
Right. They gangs.
So the FLDS is I believe they're the Mormons who practice polygamy, having multiple wives and shit like that. So that's their side. Then LDS, it's a bit more on the traditional side, I would assume, but they're not. That's a real thing.
Damn, that's wild, bro.
Yo, what's the geography like out there?
What you mean?
Like the world. So, for example, I went to San Francisco, I don't know, a couple months ago. And that shit is basically mountains. Like, everything is just mountains, steep-ass hills. You can't really walk, like, 5 blocks because this shit will kill you. Like, literal mountains. But over here in Jersey, or at least this part, shit's, like, pretty flat. Like, you don't really got big-ass hills. You don't really got mountains, nothing like that. Like, what's it like over there? Because I've seen, like, videos of, like, Arizona area, and it's just straight mountains, like, around the city and shit. It looks real cool.
Yeah. So, if you open up my back door of my house, the first thing you're going to see is a big-ass mountain.
Second thing is a Wendigo.
Dead ass, though.
Nah, but
Skinwalker.
No
What you
cap.
talking
and you could probably stand in any point of the city that I live in and do a 360. You're going to see nothing but mountains all around you, to be honest.
Damn.
about?
Damn. It sounds low-key nice. Low-key, I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
it's a beautiful place. You know, having left the city type of vibe and going out to where my city is small, and we're in a valley, so nothing but farmland. You'll run into a whole shit ton of farmland. They starting to pop off with infrastructure now and a whole bunch of businesses and tech companies and all that shit, but it's shit far and few between. So like, let's say you want to get to the closest major city, which is Salt Lake City, where probably the only place you could experience diversity, at least for me, that's an hour and a half away.
That's wild.
And it's just like everybody know everything about you, everybody know your business,
Type
motherfuckers.
shit.
You know that that weird ass shit that white people do when you move into a neighborhood and they bring you some cookies and shit.
Oh, they'll bring
How
you like a
That shit
platter and
happened.
shit.
So I got fucking
That's
what's
nice.
it called? Given some cinnamon buns from
Word.
one of our neighbors. And they're all like, "Welcome to the neighborhood."
They were fire?
Damn, bro.
That was alright.
Cinnamon buns, though?
But it's just like everybody know your business. Everyone's really polite, slow moving, slow pace. Like nobody in a rush to do nothing. I'm
Chill.
getting pissed
Yo,
off
we're on
over
the
here.
go,
That's
bro.
what you're from out here,
Yeah, we're
bro.
from here,
It's
bro.
funny because I was having the same conversation with Jason a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
and I was telling him how like when you go to Cali or the West Coast, shit is totally different. Like as soon as I walked into the terminal, that atmosphere was just way calmer. Like everybody's chilling. It's like, yeah, we gonna get there. It's cool. We not in a rush. We got it. They enjoying life and shit. You come out here, motherfuckers will get mad if you drive the speed limit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I experienced the same thing in North Carolina, bro. Like, everybody's just chill over there. Like, everybody takes their time to go to work. If they late, they don't care. Bro, everybody takes their time even working there. And I'm like, I can't stand that shit, bro.
Yeah, nah, it's just if you a city kid or you a city cat, it's too slow.
Yeah, facts, though.
It's too slow.
So let's get into it, bro. Rate the girls out there 1 to 10.
I don't like white girls, so can't
Damn.
really give you nothing, to be honest.
We discriminating.
we ain't discriminate. It's just preference.
Preference,
But I mean,
So you prefer like more like girls from like where you grew up, like where we
Diverse
live, like
background.
from Franklin is very diverse and stuff
Yes,
like
yes,
that.
if you were raised with diversity, do not come to Utah if that's the case, because
I'm going to note that
you
down.
ain't gonna find nothing out there but the handful of Mexicans.
Yo,
No.
you mentioned that there's a lot of Mexicans that live in Utah.
So the three type of people you'll see in Utah will go like this. White people is the majority,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got the Hispanics, which is 90% Mexicans,
Mm-hmm.
and then the final group of people you really run into is Polynesian people or Tongan people.
Oh, shit.
So
Talking about them islanders, dog.
yeah, so like those are really the only three people you would see. I find it very ironic because it's a sad joke, but being from a very diverse place, I literally count the amount of black people I see,
Be like that, yo, when
And
you go to
it's-
these places, bro.
and
You
it's
still got one
scary.
hand left.
No, it's scary. Like ever since I moved back, I've been there about 2-3 years now, almost 4.
Mm-hmm.
I probably haven't even hit past 25.
Damn.
That's
on-
wild.
on the-
What?
Do you feel different, like from the people around you? Like in your head, is it clear? Like, oh yeah, they don't see me as the same as them.
Extremely clear. I drive through my neighborhood, bumping whatever Polo G, Shiesty, you know, some good ass rap music.
Type shit.
And everybody breaking their head looking left and right because I'm coming down the street blasting my shit. And I'm just like,
You got to, bro. It's a must.
you got to.
It's a must.
But yeah, so it's definitely a different vibe, a different feeling. I don't feel like, in a sense, I'm accepted because I'm so different.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I would say about Utah is if you want to escape a city and kind of put your headspace in nature and getting the glory out of seeing the beauty of nature, come to Utah.
Damn, I might have to go visit Utah.
Because you're going to see some beautiful ass mountains, some beautiful ass forestry, and shit. You can do practically whatever type of outdoor sports you want. You know, we got skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling. Motherfuckers do free hang rock climb, just a shit ton of outdoor shit. So if you really about, you know, doing outdoor stuff, go to Utah.
Type shit. So like, being that you were like from here for the majority of your life and now you moved to Utah, what do you do to like kind of like in the meantime, you know? Like, what do you do in your free time?
So in my free time, I play the game.
Dang, okay.
I listen to music.
Okay,
A shit ton. I actually got this past like a year or so, I've put myself into enjoying forms of music of the past. So listening to vinyls, cassettes.
Vinyls are fire, bro. I own some too.
Yeah, no, it gives the real joy out of music.
For real.
You definitely feel it in your soul, your spirit. It's different. So,
Type
you know,
shit, yeah.
music, game. I do customs for sneakers. So if you ever need a custom sneaker, let me know. I got
For
you.
real? Yo, link your Instagram, bro.
I got you, bro. I'll get everything at the end. Bro.
Appreciate it.
Type
But no,
shit,
yeah, like-
type shit.
No, I kind of stay in the crib because ain't nothing to do out and about where I live. So it's just like either you gotta sit down, buckle down, and create a hustle, get you some bread, or you gonna have to be out and about enjoying the nature that you know is out in front of you. So
Fuck with that, bro. You know what else is good with nature though? Psychedelics. Let's get into it.
that's
So the main topic of this podcast is pretty much like what your thoughts on psychedelics are. Like, do you believe psychedelics are a positive thing, or do you believe that they're negative?
I wholeheartedly believe they are positive.
Well, how old were you when you first tried psychedelics?
I believe I was 21 by the time I had tried them, and
Okay.
out of the occurrences that I have tried, let's see, about 4 shroom trips. I'll put in 4.
Fly shit.
So, first trip, very anxiety inducing.
Really? What happened, bro? What'd you see? How you feel?
So, the moment I started feeling the effects of the psilocybin, I got this uncanny feeling that everybody was watching me.
Wait, where are you when you were doing this?
So I was on my way home actually. So I had popped like a gram or 2. It was the first time, so kept the dose pretty small.
Type shit. Okay.
And funniest shit ended up happening because I had to go to my cousin's little party he was having. And I'm over here shroomed out and shit. And I gotta say hi to everybody, you know, look everybody in their face, and my eyes is bigger than the fucking sun. So,
Okay.
but when I first started going through it, I felt very anxiety induced. I felt very pressured that, you know, everything was like watching my move. But then as soon as I sat myself down, got to my crib, and I was like, hey, bro, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know how to control this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what to do and what not to do. And you have to keep the positive attitude around always. You cannot allow any negativity because that's amplified.
Exactly.
Once you unlock that veil, once you open that third eye, you're susceptible to all. So imagine you bringing this negative energy, and I'll probably get into this a little bit further. But you can have energies visit you, or you could, you know, experience an energy that can not be defined as bad or good. but it's just energy. So it's for you to take that energy and conquer that, or to build upon that. So once I had mentally calmed myself down, this is when the fun started happening. So
Okay. Okay.
Yo, not to cut you off, my bad, but that's why they say, like, you know, it's good to have a spot for when you do these things.
Where you feel safe and comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'll get into that a little bit deeper too, because trust, I got plenty of knowledge to share. But so once I had assumed the capability to control, and I allowed my mind to be free.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I would say for anyone that would like to try shrooms is that do everyday normal shit while you're shroomed, or while you're in that state of mind, because it's just such an odd, feelings. Like brushing your teeth is a satisfaction that you would never.
It's mad funny. Because I never thought about that. Like doing just normal stuff while
just
shroomed
doing
out.
normal shit, bro. Because it's just normal shit.
I went on a date when I was on shrooms, dog.
Bro, we gotta talk about like some shroom stories like down the line, but I wanna talk about like why you recommend just doing it while doing normal stuff. Like,
so the reason why I would recommend it is because the answers will come to you as long as you allow them to. One thing that you need when you are
That's
tripping.
third eye shit, bro.
No, for sure. When you're tripping, you're doing these, psilocybin, or even if once you start getting to the more extreme forms of psychedelic, like salvia or DMT, things along those lines, it's imperative that you keep positivity and you allow this magic to do its magic.
Of course.
So you need to be open-minded if you're going to embark on a journey, because, and this is spoken from my word, that I've overcame trauma, having done psychedelics and embarked on that spiritual journey in a sense. So there's nothing but good that can come from it, as long as you allow it to come to you.
Of course, man. All about that positive thinking.
Yep.
type shit. So, since we talked about like some bad trip experiences, do you want to talk about like some other stories, like some positive, funny stories that you got while you were like tripped up, or even like other stories in general, bro?
No, for sure. So one thing I would say to do when you're tripping is to listen to music.
Bro, that shit, I'll talk about that later.
Listen to music, because everything makes sense. And I'll reference this one song. So Vice City by X has never made more sense to me until I was tripping.
That's crazy.
Because the first lyric that X talks about makes complete sense.
Rest in peace, X, by the way.
Yes,
What was
sir.
the first lyric? I've never heard this song. What's
I'm gonna have to pull it up.
Hey yo. Damn, bro. I'm still thinking about the brushing your teeth while shroomed out.
I could just imagine.
Well, bro, so the very first experience I had, or let's break it down even more. So this is the first time tripping balls, and I have to go to my little cousin's birthday party, and my mama pull up at the house, and I am freaking the fuck out in my head, because I'm like, fuck, my mom gonna see me, she gonna see my eyes, I'm all bugging out. So as soon as I get the mental stability to, be like, okay, I need to take care of some things before we dip, the first thing I did was get in the shower. Try to calm myself down, try to enjoy what was going to happen. So I was in the shower, listening to music, and then, for those who have tried shrooms or any form of psychedelic, you get closed-eyed visuals. And that was an experience. It was very interesting. And for people who've always been skeptic about doing psychedelics, it's just the fact that you are scared.
Yeah, facts.
You cannot allow fear to enter your body or your mind.
Fear will fuck you up.
And that's facts. So as soon as you can mentally challenge everything, and then just move forward.
So I like you talked about fear, because like when I tried doing shrooms for the first time, It was I remember it was the night that Kanye dropped his Donda album, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had got my headphones, just popped some like whatever I had left, because I think I had like 2 grams. I used a little bit to try to microdose, but I was like, fuck all that, I'm using all this shit. So whatever I had left, I just popped it, and I just listened to the album, and the shit sounded crazy through the headphones, bro. Crazy. It was like I felt like I could hear every instrument, bro. But going forward, like I don't know why, but I started feeling like panicked, you know. But in my mind, it kind of felt like a competition. Like I don't know if it was like a reflection of myself, being that like I kind of like I put myself in competition with like my feelings, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And when I felt like panicked, I felt like it was trying to undermine me, you know? So I put on, like, I just watched horror movies the whole night while, like, shroomed out, just so I could, like, show myself that I'm not scared, you know? It's just, like, a mental thing.
Not for sure.
And, like, that was what my experience was. And, like, I tell people that, and they're like, bro, why the fuck would you put yourself through that? But it kind of was, like, a lesson to me, you know? It kind of felt like a way of, like, telling myself that, like, yo, control your emotions, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of like lessons that people go through, like when you said like you've like revisited trauma from your life, that like shrooms kind of brought all that forward to you and made you kind of like mend with that, you know. It's not like just on you, you've mended with it and taken it in, you know.
For sure.
Damn, bro. My first shroom, like tripping off shrooms, was fucking lit. I had a great time, bro. It was amazing. So I did it with Jason the first time. But I'm going to be honest, though. Like, when you were there, I wasn't really feeling anything. I think because, like, we kind of talked about it. I feel like in my mind, I was like, oh, shit, I got to make sure he's straight. Because Jason, at that time, didn't really do, like, drugs or anything like that.
Facts.
But I would, like, smoke pretty frequently. Not really. So I was like, all right, I got to make sure, you know, that he's good. Because if it hits any of us, it's going to hit him harder.
Shout out, Davey.
Because I got, like, experience and shit, you know? Like, I'm kind of used to that. This man was tripping like that.
I was
like, right off the bat, bro.
It was a good trip, though.
Not bad.
I had 3.5 grams. Jason probably had 1 gram. Okay. And this man was gone. I got a video of him talking to a fucking, a little Ritz.
Bro, it was a cracker. You,
like
you know the orange peanut butter cheese crackers, bro?
Yeah.
That shit started turning into SpongeBob, bro. No kizzy.
Crazy.
Everything was like line. You know how like a heartbeat monitor?
Yeah.
That's all I was seeing around the room.
God
and I was dying laughing. Nothing was funny, right? But he put on Doctor Strange, dog. That shit tripped me.
I've been meaning to do that. Watch some Doctor Strange on it.
Bro, it was so wild. Yo.
But once he left, though, I ate like the rest because I wasn't really feeling it. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to just, you know, eat the whole thing, see what happens. So I had like 2.5 grams. And, bro, that shit was amazing. Like, at the beginning, I don't think I could notice that I was starting to get high. But I was just like, shit started bothering me. Like, the light from the TV started bothering me. I was like, this shit is too bright. All right, turn the TV off. The window, you know how, like, the little cracks on the end of the curtains?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, this shit is too bright. Like, it's too much light. So I, like, pressed it against the window to keep it from making light. Turn the lights off. I'm in there, like, complete darkness. A little bit later, I'm like, bro, the light from the router, like the internet router, the little green light, I'm like, that shit is too bright. It's too much.
Yeah.
So I like cover it and shit. Then I'm there and it's just noisy. Like everything is just loud. I'm like, fuck, why is this shit so loud? Like my little mini fridge is too loud. People outside is too loud. I put my noise canceling headphones on. And then I started listening to music. And that shit was fire.
Takes you for a trip.
Bro, it's like there's nothing in the world. It's just a song. Like it's just a
makes
you know,
clear cut sense.
Like there's nothing else. There's nobody on the other side of that door. There's nobody outside your eyes. Like nothing. It's just the music. Damn. And I was like, damn, this shit is lit.
Yes, sir.
See, I wish I'd done that the second time.
And then I looked in the mirror.
I have also done that. But the thing,
when you looked in the mirror.
So when I looked in the mirror, I felt this very overwhelming feeling, and I kind of chalked it up to this feeling that I was not ready to accept myself in the reflection. That what I seen looking back at me was something I wasn't ready to conquer. So every single time that I had ever done shrooms following, I made it a practice to challenge myself mentally and to look into that mirror and to conquer what that feeling was, to the point where now it's conquered and has no effect.
What do you think that feeling was, or what do you think was looking back at you?
I don't know. To be honest, it's, you know, we could put it all up to speculation of what it could have been, but who's to say it's not the darkness in you being shown at full force?
Dark Fredo.
See, my experience was kind of similar to that, except like I was looking at the mirror and it wasn't me looking back. Like it was me, it was my body, right? Like if somebody was to look at me, that's what they would describe. It's my reflection, but it's like that's not me, that's somebody else. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I'm like, nah, this is like some demon, like some otherworldly shit trying to trick me. Like it's trying to take my place. It wants me to go in the mirror so that it can come out here.
That's definitely a fucking skinwalker, dog.
But then, like, you know, I wasn't scared of it or anything though. In my mind, I'm like, nah, fuck this nigga. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck that demon, bitch. Like, you ain't gonna trick me. Like, I'm too powerful. That's what I was telling myself. Like, nah,
it's the ego.
I ain't want to make too much noise. I was like, you're not gonna fool me. You know what I mean? Like, there's a me out here. Fuck you. You can stay in there.
I had the same experience when you had told me that. I was like, damn, bro. I wonder if like when I look in the mirror, it'd be some experience like that. So I like. It was the same night I did like all of them at the same time, all of what I had, and I looked in the mirror, bro. All I felt was like love for myself. That's all like I like felt.
That's good.
I felt the same thing, bro.
I felt like a lot of love.
Yeah, when you left.
Yeah, bro.
I was happy.
Shit, bro. Now we on you, bro. Tell us your shroom experience, Jason.
Which one?
Bro, after you left Davy's house.
How many times have you been off shrooms?
Twice. Twice now.
Oh yeah, the second was in North Carolina.
Yeah, that'll be like an episode by itself, dog. But
shit, bro. Talk about it.
Bro, the first time I did shrooms, bro, was with Davey, and he was like, you know what, let's make this special. He put on Doctor Strange, bro. Yo, I've never seen Doctor Strange. Alright.
I bet when you seen it that time, it was some dope ass shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, not just that, bro. Like, the moment I was like, yo, 2 hours into the movie, I'm like, yo, nothing's happening, dog. All of a sudden, bro, I'm laughing, right? And nothing fucking happened in the movie that's funny. Doctor Strange is literally like traveling through these fucking little portals. And I'm like, this shit is not funny, but I'm dying, bro. I'm fucking dying. And then all of a sudden, I'm starting to see these squiggly lines, bro. And then I'm opening my chip bag and then my crackers. And then Davy's like, let me have some of your chips. Davey eats my fucking chips. And then that's when I looked at the cracker and I was like, yo, it's turning into SpongeBob, dog. We're talking about like a cracker SpongeBob, you know, like an orange cracker SpongeBob. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And Davy's recording me the whole time. Yo,
what the fuck?
So after that, just to fast forward a little bit, I ended up having to go on a date with someone, right? And I ended up driving.
What was the girl's name?
She will not be named.
Non-disclosure.
Yeah, NDA and shit. But yo, I was driving, bro. I was driving down 27, I think it was. Bro, that shit felt like GTA, bro. Like the way I got into my car, it felt like third person. And then the way I was driving, I was like, yo, I'm on shrooms, bro. I'm in danger, low key. But I'm like, I'm not really in danger, but I'm in danger. I mean, I'm endangering people.
You're intoxicated on the fucking road,
bro.
Fuck around and get a federal charge.
For real though, and like we end up getting ramen, bro. I couldn't even eat the ramen, right? Because I was like, the ramen started like waving up, like waves, dog. Yeah. It was like,
it was moving in the bowl.
It was moving in the fucking bowl, bro. And I had to ask for a spoon, dog.
A spoon?
Yes, for the soup.
Oh.
Yeah. Damn. It was such a weird fucking thing, bro. And I'm like, I still can't believe I was able to pick this person up, drop them back home, and it still didn't wear off, bro.
Yeah. No, it lasts forever. It lasts 12 hours. It could last to 6 hours. I've had a person I've done shrooms with that had been tripping for at least 18 hours.
God
Jesus,
damn.
that sounds terrible.
That sounds
Yeah,
crazy.
so
Did they go to sleep or were they just awake the whole 18 hours?
I think they attempted to sleep, but they couldn't because
Bro,
such
I
of
could not fall asleep.
such the immense
I couldn't fall
feeling.
asleep either.
Yeah,
The second time I did shrooms, I didn't do that much. I had like a little, it was like a chocolate bar with psilocybin in it.
yeah.
I had that, just like a small dose, because it was like, I don't know, a random ass day. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever.
Fuck it.
I did that shit. I was like, all right, let me take a nap and listen to some music. I was like, no, it hurt to try to sleep. Like, while I was falling asleep, I could feel myself falling asleep, and it felt like I was just falling out my body. And I was like, oh shit. Like, nah, I can't fall
bro.
asleep.
Nah, I think the craziest shit I've ever experienced or said while tripping. I think I was walking through my house, about to go outside, smoke some bud, and I noticed a weird feeling in my side. So I was like, ah, shit, my human form hurt. And when I fucking said that shit, my mind stopped for a whole last minute. I was like, my human
Figured it out.
form.
You're like, oh shit.
Wait.
And that's when I've actually told Chris about this, and that I wholeheartedly believe we are more than just what we are.
Definitely.
For sure. There's more. Once you open that third eye, you see what is real.
Bro, on my first trip, I feel like, well, I don't really know if this is what it was, but it felt like I knew how it felt to be dead. Like, I didn't feel my body. I didn't feel anything. It was just my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't hungry. I wasn't cold. I wasn't full. I wasn't warm. Like, nothing. It was just my mind. Like, I couldn't feel anything physical. This is just my head. And I was like, damn, this shit is cool. It's peaceful.
Wow.
Like, nothing mattered. I was just there. It's just like,
Wow. No, for real. No, I didn't mean it sarcastically. I meant it wow as in like for real, you know? Anyway, you're making a joke. But nah, for me it felt like a warm hug. That's all it felt like, honestly. It didn't
it's
feel
like you're just at
anything.
peace.
Yeah.
So
Like, nothing matters.
let me ask y'all this. So what have y'all done while tripping? Because that's, for me personally, I've played video games. I've painted sneakers. I've just sat down and listened to music. I've smoked blunts and J's.
While off the psilocybin.
Wall off the mushrooms. So
Honestly, bro, the only thing I've done was be like go to Home Depot, try and find a tool that I could not find, even though
Hey,
it was there.
regular life stuff. You feel me?
Who cared? Go to Home
Regular
Depot, drive around because I didn't know where I wanted to go, so I just kept driving.
That shit is so
And,
dangerous.
And then,
Very good.
yeah, that is very dangerous.
Do not do
I was
that.
in North Carolina when
Bro,
I
what
did
the
that.
fuck?
Do not do that, by the way.
please do not get in a vehicle.
Yeah, please do not do that. I am not. At the time, I wasn't a good influence. That was only like
still not a
To this
good
day.
to this day. No, but like, oh, this is a good question. Oh, my bad if but there's also a question I want to add on to it.
Go
But
ahead.
like, what have you guys eaten while on shrooms?
I personally try to keep it as healthy as I possibly can. So I'll eat fruits. I'll fuck around and eat some vegetables if I feel like it. I know people personally who I've tripped with who have an extreme difficulty with trying to eat while they are tripping. But the one thing
Can't find their mouth.
say is to keep yourself hydrated. Drink plenty of water. It'll do you good. So
I've tried. The only thing I've like tried while tripping, because like that time that I was telling you about, that was the only time I've done it. Like, bro, I pretty much I like grabbed some. I put it in a protein shake after a workout. And I blended it up with the protein shake, and I had it with like my dinner, pretty much like rice, beans, and stuff. And it was pretty chill. Like, I can't say that it tasted extraordinary, like some crazy shit, but you feel me? It was definitely like, I don't know. It felt kind of chill. I was definitely more relaxed after doing it. But
for sure.
yeah.
Nah, I didn't eat anything. Like, I didn't get the urge to eat.
Yeah,
But
you ate
to
my
answer,
chips.
huh? Yeah, but that was before I was even high. You were still there at that point, and I was just like, "Fuck it, these are good chips." But to answer your question, I haven't really done anything out the ordinary. Like, I was just in my room. Every time I got high off of psilocybin, I was just in my room chilling. Because I'm like, I know I don't got anything going on later. I'm probably chilling tomorrow. You know, this is a perfect time. No
You're in your
worries.
safe space.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
For sure.
comfortable here, listening to music. Oh, I watched Star Wars. That shit, that shit was stupid as fuck. Like, watching it, because like you could see the layers in the image, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like when Yoda was on screen, he like stood out from everybody else. It's like he's not actually there. They just added him after.
Right.
I don't even know if he's CGI or not. But
The fuck you mean Star Wars is stupid, bro?
while I was high, that shit was dumb as fuck.
Bro.
Have you seen that brown motherfucker with the ears?
You talking about who, bro? Chewbacca?
Nah. The one
what?
from Naboo.
Bro, what?
The nigga that be like, we saw hungry.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks.
that
Jar Jar
man.
Binks.
Yes.
Bro,
That Jar Jar motherfucker.
That shit was so stupid, bro. And Yoda too, he just looked dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck? Okay, so my next question is like I said, so after all like the stuff you've like seen and been through, would you recommend like psychedelics to someone else, and what would you recommend?
I'll answer that in a second. But let me tell you another shroom story real quick. So this would probably been my third time doing shrooms, and I thought it was a good idea to be a sense of shaman to my my homies that I had in the crib. So I had about like 6 motherfuckers in the crib, all shrooming out, smoking bud. And I've never felt more accomplished in taking care of people and ensuring safety for people than in that moment. Like, I had drinks, snacks, beds, everything set up for everyone. If you wanted to fuck around, go outside in the backyard and lay in the grass, go ahead, do that. You're safe.
That sounds like it would be lit.
No, extremely. One thing I would say to take advantage of when you are on shrooms is nature. Replenish your energy to the earth.
Do you believe in chakras, bro?
I would say yes, but I'm not educated enough to know what everything in that is. So I couldn't sit here and tell you, I know what the 4th chakra is or the 5th chakra, where it's located on your body. But I do believe in energies, frequencies, what we all know as vibes. But that is true. If you vibrate at a high frequency, you will receive vibrations in that high frequency. So, yes, I do.
Hey, good shit, man.
Type shit.
Honestly, bro, like, how do you feel? Like, you we're gonna go back to what you said about, there's more to us. Like, do you have any guesses as to what's more out there for us from what you think you know, right? About that?
Yes. So, for the people who follow religion, this is not to question your religion. This is not to, to say your religion is a lie. But for my Christians out there, if you read the book of Genesis, you come to understand that Adam and Eve commit sin by eating the forbidden fruit in the garden. Now, this is one of my highest speculations that I've told Chris. What if that fruit was the strongest form of psychedelic, and that is why Adam and Eve became knowledgeable? Just how, like, God says, if you eat this fruit, you will become like me.
Let me add to that,
That's
bro.
interesting.
Exactly.
That makes sense because, like, if you think about it, at some point, humans had to develop consciousness. Because, like, your dog isn't conscious in the way that you are, or a lion isn't conscious in the way that you are. They're basically like, I wake up, I gotta go hunt, because if I don't, I'm gonna die. And that's it. They don't really think about tomorrow or the future or even the past. It's like, right now, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go eat. And if I can't eat, fuck, I gotta do something or I'm gonna die. But, like, we got that ability to be like, you know what? I gotta get up tomorrow at 4 to go to work, so let me go to sleep at 8. You know? Or, you know what? I'm chilling tomorrow, so let me stay up a little later and do this or whatever. But animals don't really think about the future or anything else besides, like, right now, I need this to stay alive. So something had to, like, basically take us out of that physical state, if that makes sense. Like, now I'm not worried about, food and water. Now I'm thinking of, oh shit, look at these colors. How do I make them make sense? How do I put them in an image?
Yes, sir.
Then you start painting. Oh shit, those sounds. Let me make a music out of it. or even words. Like, damn, how do I make these sounds make sense? And then you create language.
Yes, sir.
Do you think we get like closer to other like spirits / energies just by being on psychedelics?
Yes. The moment you open your veil, you are susceptible to whatever's in your vicinity, in your surroundings, in your, your mind. Like, I'm sure we all have intrusive thoughts, and we all have, overwhelming feelings, anxiety, things along those lines. So yes, I do wholeheartedly believe that whatever is going on around you will affect you while you are tripping. Yes.
Speaking of spirits, bro. So I know we brought this up earlier, but how do you feel about the whole skinwalker Wendigo thing that goes on in Utah, especially with those, reservations?
For sure. So I'm not too knowledgeable on the topic, but I am aware that there is a Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. I'm not sure where their exact location is, but
for those that don't know, what is the Skinwalker Ranch? Because I don't know.
Is this like a real ranch?
Yeah.
Or
No,
just an area?
So this is a very real location in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what a Skinwalker is, I can't give you the definition, but from what I've come to understand and the topic.
You want me to?
Oh, go ahead.
Skinwalker expert over
Go ahead, yeah. Jason,
Okay.
you on it.
So basically, a skinwalker is like a Native American that, in a way, not really sold his soul, but he's like almost like a witch doctor that kind of relies on other people's flesh to keep living, and he could go on from there, being these other beings, all the way, and that's what he takes form of.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about Skinwalker Ranch, I'm pretty sure you could elaborate on this too. Let me know if I leave anything out.
Sure.
But it's a real ranch, right? That's been passed down by a family to companies now, right? And this ranch has so much like paranormal activity, UFOs, aliens visit, like spirits,
Very
like
supernatural.
even,
Yes.
yeah, supernatural spirits, and just a whole bunch of crazy things that you would just hearing that you would think people are crazy, but other people are really experiencing this stuff there, and they're somehow not able to capture everything on footage because for some weird reason when some of these things happen, their cameras and almost all their technology gets like cut. I know it's
Likely story.
I know it's a likely story, but I honestly believe it though.
Shit, could we go visit Skinwalker Ranch?
I'm down. I'd be so down.
Is that something you could do, or is that like
I'm
we
pretty
gotta
sure you're
trespass?
prohibited. I'm pretty sure it'd be trespass.
Shit, bro. If aliens can visit, why not us?
That's facts. Keep it a
But
buck.
honestly, I'm a little skeptical. Feel me? Like with that last, you feel me? Like, as soon as something happens, the cameras go off, bro.
To die.
You feel me? Or like no, like kind of like recorded information or recorded events. It's kind of like what? But like go on about like your knowledge about skinwalkers and stuff.
So, the very little knowledge I know is that, like Jason said, they could assume any being in a sense. They could, if they wanted to be a dog, they can be a dog. If they want to be a cat, they can be a cat.
That's a fact.
If they wanted to look like Jason, they can look like Jason.
Oh God.
Now, this is a very real thing. There's many accounts and stories on experiencing a very paranormal experience, that there's a form of a being looking at you and they start foaming at the mouth, or they start looking at you very intensely and almost to the point where it's like, damn bro, if you keep looking at me, I'm going to die. Like you keep staring into my soul, you're taking that shit away from me type shit. So thank the Lord I ain't never have no encounters, no.
That sounds like some
Things like
Smile
that.
shit, bro. You ever seen the movie Smile?
Yeah. So it's like it's very
I haven't watched it yet.
I liked it.
potentialities could happen.
Yo,
Another guest walked into the building.
You should've told me I have to go get a chair now.
damn.
Alright, Tiff, go get a chair. Yo, Tiff just got into the building.
Why don't you not come back?
But yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
type shit. Demons and monsters.
You know
and
what's
shit.
crazy though is that they say if you see a deer standing on its two legs, like
That's a
That's a
skinwalker.
But
That's
deers
facts.
do that.
Deers do not do
Normally,
that
yeah, they
regularly.
do.
No,
Yeah,
they
do.
don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
They'll stand on their hind legs.
And
They'll
they'll-
point their
and they'll-
nose into the air.
Yeah,
flick
they'll
their
probably
tongue
do that for
to
like a
smell
second.
shit better.
Yeah, they
well, they're not
probably-
gonna walk around.
Yeah,
like
we're
that.
talking about walking, dog. These motherfuckers.
walking dogs.
Shut up, D.
What the fuck?
But Fredo, though, how do you feel like? Do you miss home, like a lot? Did you miss it like when you moved, or would you say less and less you miss it, or how do you feel about it, or is Utah your new home?
I wouldn't say Utah is my new home. Jersey will always be my home. That's where I grew up.
Rap.
That's where I have my boys, my peoples. It's everything that happened to me here is what made me. So it's just a part of my journey. Do I miss Jersey? Yes, of course. I miss the atmosphere. I miss the ability to be able to walk outside at 12 at night and see a whole bunch of shit going on.
Chill.
Or like,
Just trees
It's
and a
worse
mountain.
now.
yeah, like you come to Utah and on Sundays everything is closed. Not barely anything's open.
They do that in some towns here.
Facts.
They do.
Some
Yeah,
downtown.
like you could only go.
What?
You
But
could
in
only
Central
go
Jersey,
buy
I
like
don't think so.
groceries
I
and
don't think
shit.
it's central, but I know down South Jersey, there's like some towns like that.
So wait,
That's
I
why
just
car dealers are closed on
I
Sunday.
need to catch up. So then why are you here?
I'm just coming back to visit family.
Oh, okay.
Just coming
I
back
want to
to
hear
the
your
stomping
story
grounds.
from when you were high
Oh,
off
wow.
mushrooms.
Oh.
Because I feel like
Does
we
it even
asked.
count?
What
I
you
don't think
mean?
it really counts because I split it with Steven.
How can it not count though? Did you feel something?
Yeah, I mean,
I just felt
was your
high,
mind
just
altered?
extremely high. But it's like, when you smoke a really good, you have like a really good bowl.
Mhm.
That's how I felt. So that's why I'm like, But
So-
I was too
so you
scared to do
didn't-
the whole thing.
So you didn't tap in, is what you're saying.
What do you mean?
You ain't tap
Tap
in.
in?
You ain't
Yeah.
tap in.
So this was something I've come across with a whole bunch of people, and a close friend in specific, where she cannot harness her mind and open it and unlock it. It's like you're fumbling with this puzzle and you ain't know what to do with it. So if you do not allow yourself to open that lock, you're not gonna get any benefit from it.
So are you saying that I should take the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You should take at least
No,
two of
but
them.
no, listen. I just wanted to ease myself into it because I didn't want to have a bad trip.
But that's the thing. If you have a bad trip, you have the ability to make it a good trip. There is not one thing that needs to be cleared up
Yo.
when taking psychedelics is
Ding dong.
there isn't a bad trip. There's not a thing associated as a bad trip. It's just that you are not powerful enough in that moment to take control.
Wait, how many
Joe
times have you taken
Weekend.
shrooms?
4 to 5 times,
Oh wow.
and I've done it in forms of eating it raw, straight, stem and cap,
That's how I did it.
chew it and swallow it.
It
I've
was like
done it.
sunflower seeds.
Yeah, I've done it in a cold brew, which I've come to experience that is the best form.
Cold brew? Like
Yeah.
It's like
coffee?
coffee.
Yeah, so
It's watered down coffee.
essentially what you do is you boil the psilocybin out of the mushroom itself,
Mm.
and citric acid enhances psilocybin. So we'd make it with a whole bunch of honey, so it wouldn't have a shitty taste.
Also, like orange juice will make it better.
Oh, yes, orange juice, caffeine packs would enhance your trip immensely. So it's just a matter of taking enough and having the mental willpower to
I've heard
finish
that
it.
before about like taking like anything like citrus, like vitamin C or like orange
Yo.
juice. I've heard about that.
I know that.
That shit is
helps
crazy,
with weed,
especially
too.
before smoking.
I swear, I think you told me that too.
Yeah.
Don't trip.
Just weed.
Don't
Oh,
try
I
that
was
shit.
tripping.
But yeah.
Don't try
Wait,
it if
so
you're
why
not
do you
ready
live
for
over
that
there?
shit.
So I was originally born in Logan, Utah, but
For real?
yeah, originally born there. But I left fairly young and small, and I lived about 15, 16 years in Jersey. So I never claimed Utah as my home, solely because I never had anything there to attach it with. I left, so it was a place I was born. That's it, to be honest.
Mm.
But now that I'm back, you're in Utah.
You ever been camping in Utah?
I have a handful of times, and it's an experience. Because one, if you don't bring the right shit, you're gonna be cold as fuck.
It's cold over there?
Extremely cold. Extremely.
Shit, I want to go camping. We've been talking about going camping.
Yeah,
we
we've
just
been
don't
saying
really
that for
know
a
shit
while.
about
I was
it.
telling Chris when he gonna make his way out there. So whenever and if y'all do want to come to Utah, my
They
house
got
is
coyotes
always
out there?
open. Yeah, they got coyotes. They call them
Oh,
coyotes.
what the fuck?
They got bears.
Yo, we gotta go
Bears.
hunting.
They got mountain lions in the mountains.
Oh,
You know
nah.
they.
We about to get murdered.
Shit, you better hope you run
You're not
faster
gonna
than
make
me,
it
boy.
home.
Run faster
I
than a
guarantee you.
skinwalker.
Facts.
That has though.
But like, so now that we like kind of got back on the topic of like Jersey and like you being like claiming Jersey and stuff like that, I kind of want to ask you some hard hitting questions, bro,
Go ahead.
about like your school life, and I think you know what, like I'm alluding to.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
Wait, before you wait.
what
is
I want to know his
ass.
upbringing more, bro. Because at the end of the day,
Okay.
me and Fred, we never really talk like that at all.
No, that's
you
what
know,
I
at the end of the day, so
true.
it's like I still want to know, you know, how was your upbringing, bro? Like
Okay,
from
okay.
here, and like, you know, do you feel like anything has changed? I know it's clear you changed, but from high school day to like graduation day to now, like how much of a significant change do you think you've had?
I think my environment where I'm at has changed me significantly to the point of focus where my family did not get to experience me when I had decided to move to Jersey. So my Utah family, where a majority of my mother's side of the family is, they didn't experience me. So every other year, you know, when I go out to visit in the summertime, it's like they met a new, you know, version of Fredo every year. And now that I'm back as a young adult, it's weird. It's a bit awkward. I don't feel comfortable around my family, which is something that I guess, you know, to the norm of people that you wouldn't want to be in that space.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't feel a connection to these people because you have not had that connection, you know, it can affect you. But I make the best of it. I enjoy my family, and now that I have them, I could, you know, make up for the time that I lost. So.
Damn, bro. Respect, bro.
I mean, I gotta say, you seem like a very different person.
Facts.
Like, you seem a lot more responsible and a lot more intelligent.
Yo,
Than from the
we
last
never
time.
think it was dumb before.
Nah, bro, we were like kids. You feel
Nah,
me?
yeah,
We were
yeah.
just active.
We were goofy as
just trying to
fuck
have a
kids.
good time. We wasn't really thinking.
Yeah.
Now he seems a lot more respectful, using way bigger words
Yo.
than he was back then.
It's
Nah.
true.
No, for sure. I would definitely say that this growth and this hunger for understanding, and when you get in that form, in that mindset, once you unlock your keys, you could learn so much. So, of course, I definitely attribute my growth to psychedelics. This is the reason why I'm a wholehearted believer in the use of psychedelics, that it can help you unlock your mind. It can help you put yourself on a more narrow path, you know, because life is like a kaleidoscope. If you look at it, you know, you spin it a whole bunch of different ways, you see a whole bunch of different colors.
So, what's everyone's reason? Because we've all tried like psychedelics, no matter the amount. What was everyone's reason for doing it? Like, what was your reason?
I would say just to experience it, to try it, to understand that, the negative stigma that the use of drugs gets. You know, what's it called? In Oregon, they have legalized damn near every drug you can possibly think of. Because at the end of the day, these quote unquote drugs can do real good. For, you know, like I said a bit earlier, I worked myself through a trauma that I had to deal with while on my very first intense shroom trip, solo trip. And it allowed me to harness that trauma and understand it and make peace with it. So for people who are out there, oh, don't do drugs, they're bad for you, da-da-da-da. Why is it that we got to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to see a person and talk about our problems and they don't give us an answer? But the moment I do some shrooms and I sit down and I get inside my inner being, I can solve my own problems. And one thing I've noticed that, or I say when I talk about my shroom experience, is that you go from a singular to multiples. So by the time you're done with your trip, you come back to singular. But
My
the
physical
whole
body hurt.
the whole time you are expanding from singular to multiples, you have to understand which version of that multiple of self you want to take a piece of information from. And then by the time you come back to central, to one, you have answers, knowledge, and keys.
So you did it for growth
For growth and for just the plain experience of, hey, why not try it?
type shit. Okay. What about you, Davey? What was your
Shit.
reason?
I just wanted to feel something different. Nah,
It was
like
dumb.
yeah, everything was
Real
just
shit.
the same
Yo.
all the time. Felt like every day was just the same. And I was like,
Real
you know
shit.
what? Fuck it. Like this thing grows from the earth. It's natural. Cause I don't fuck with man-made shit.
That's facts.
But I was like, this thing like is real. Like this grows from the earth. If we weren't here, it would still be here. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try it.
Same thing as weed.
I don't do pills and all that shit. Though.
No, thank you. Pass off of
Facts,
that.
big pass.
What about you, Jason?
Honestly, the only reason I wanted to do shrooms was because, like, I just wanted to do shrooms, bro. Like, if I'm being very honest, like, because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I feel like there's a story with everything, you know, and I feel like that'd be a good story to bring up, like, anytime, you know, because if I'm being honest, like,
It's funny you said. Do you live life like so that you like? Do you do fun shit so you have fun stories?
yes and no.
Okay. Why would you say yes and why would you say no?
Yes, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to have a boring life, right? But at the same time, it's because, you know, I believe in God, right? And I've always asked him, you know, give me a weird life, don't give me a boring life. And, you know, I like the weird things that come with it, you know? All I can do is appreciate it and welcome it, you know?
Type shit.
It's really what it is. But
What about you?
I tried it because like it was available and like I'm the way type of person I am. I'm a type of person like I'm not gonna like fiend for something or like really try to get something like substance wise. Like I'm gonna just wait for it to come to me. And it was just kind of like it happened. So I kind of took it as like a sign like, hey, let me try it. Kind of like everybody else said, like fuck it, you know, might as well try it. But at the end, it kind of like, you know, like I said, it kind of gave me a new perspective, and it grew. Like I grew as a person, like because of it. So,
For sure.
Wait,
yeah.
you took the whole thing?
What I had, yeah.
Oh no, but
Wasn't too
how
crazy.
much was it?
I don't remember.
It was 3.5 grams.
3.5.
Let me ask y'all one question real quick. Have any of y'all experienced ego death?
No.
can you give us the definition of that?
So, ego death essentially is when your consciousness cease to exist. The person you are cease to exist. So, my very first and only time experiencing an ego death, I had 5 grams of B plus shrooms. I forget the strain exactly, but 5 grams. Now that's a pretty hefty amount.
That's
That's a
wild.
lot.
So, this is a scary experience. So, I decided to do shrooms with a friend at that time, 5 grams. And as we, begin our trip, we're driving. We're on our way to our location. And on our way to our location, we're playing very hyped up music, very like EDM dubstep. So right now I'm in the car chilling. I'm looking out the window. I see the universe, galaxy getting bigger upon my eyes. You know, the stars in Utah are amazing. So it was giving me an extreme visual that I enjoyed. But the ramping from the music ramped up my emotions so quickly.
Oh my god.
And in the blink of an eye, I thought we got into a car crash or into an accident, and that I died. Or not died specifically, but suffered from this car accident. So I finally get to my location, and I realize that we're okay. Nothing happened. We're good. It settled for a second in that moment in time because the person I was with made a joke, and I started hysterically laughing. But we get into our location, the house that we were at, whatever, and I re-enter ego death. Now, like I said before, with the environment and the frequency and energy around me at that particular moment was bad, very bad. So I began to contemplate what had happened or what was going on. So I sat there in the little chair that I was sitting in, this little recliner, and I looked down at my body, and I feel very deformed, very not myself, and it looks as if my body was in the crash of an accident. It's like my arms all mangled, like I literally felt like I was mangled up. And then this extreme sadness came over me, where it was like, damn, Fredo, you just died. You are dead now because you decided to do this. So now you have to suffer in this space and mindset that you're at right now. I immediately started thinking of my mother, my younger sister, my family, and I immediately was looking for a form of to save me.
Like some relief.
So, yes, because this immense sadness just came over me that I just, I killed myself in a sense. But I came down from ego death back to central, or not central, but less of a multiple. And after I came back to surreal consciousness, I was like, all right, that was an experience. I'm gonna take this piece of information and keep it sacred and hold it and understand it. So moving forward, I had done a solo trip. I had done a maximum trip with 7 people, including myself, and that was an experience. So it's just like, again, harness your energy and allow your energy to manifest its own, and you will benefit from that.
That's a good message of the day. Honestly.
Shit, I experienced that twice. The first time was like just me, like from meditation, just like, I don't know, meditating, The second time was off shrooms, and it was basically the same experience both times, just off shrooms. It lasted not as long, but it's like I didn't want or need anything. Like there was nothing special about me. I was just like everybody else. Like I didn't feel like I was above anyone. It was nothing. Like there was no goal in mind, anything I wanted to do. I didn't really want to do anything. It was like I was on autopilot, Like I didn't want to go to work because I didn't want money. I didn't want anything. It was just like, oh, it's work. Let me go to work. That was it.
How long did you feel like that for?
The first time, it was for a good minute. The first time, like, just off meditation and shit, a couple of months. And then, like, bro, I almost became a Rasta. Like, I was right there, like, about to convert, because I was like, damn, like, the way that these people live their lives, I'm like, I could really connect with that.
Talk about, like, what practices do they do in their lifestyle?
The main thing that, like, really caught my attention was their detachment from, like, physical things, Like, everybody wants a nice car, nice clothing, and all that shit. But, like, I realized I don't really want any of that. Because ultimately, the reason why you want that is to impress other people or seem like you're better than someone else. Like, you want to be different. But then when you get that, like, ego death, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, who cares? Like, so what? Somebody sees you wearing Gucci, so? It's the same shit they got on. It's just a different little badge on it. It doesn't matter.
For sure.
Exactly.
But that's what mainly caught my eye, because I was like, I don't really fuck with any of this. Like, I don't want any of this. I just want a good life.
So,
But after like a little while, I realized, like, you know what? It's kind of nice to have good things, though. And I was like,
It's kind of like
It's
kind of nice to have running water, a warm shower.
I like cars. I like nice
I
clothes.
kind of want to shower every day.
I like brushing my teeth.
oh, thanks.
But yeah, after a while, it was just like, you know what? Like, I don't think I'd be able to commit to that, because I do want a nice car. I don't want to drive around in a beater.
Would you ever want to go to a strip club off mushrooms?
No.
I feel like there would just be too many people there, and you would feel self-conscious.
Okay. What about you, Jason?
I don't know about. I don't know about
He must say
shrooms,
yes.
bro. But I think I would want to do. If I were to do acid, I think that'd be the perfect spot.
Yeah, for sure. So the distinction of acid and shrooms. Acid, I would say, is just for more shits and giggles. Like, if you just want shit to look cool,
You want to have a good time.
like, if you just want to be chill and, just, like, chill out and vibe out, but you want a little more pizzazz the visuals and everything along those lines, take
Got a
acid.
little spice to the
Isn't
colors.
acid like a party drug? Or no?
No, that's Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck acid is.
So-
what is
Okay, yeah,
acid?
tell him.
So acid,
Is it a pill?
no. So
It's,
there's two forms of acid. There is a paper tab
Mhm.
and a gel tab. Now I've done both, but my best experience was off a gel tab. And this is unfortunate, but this is a more synthetic, man-made
Mhm.
type of deal. So if you get a bad batch, you could fry your brain and essentially die, or
oh my god.
cause catastrophic
Fuck
injury
that.
to yourself.
Fucked up. Yeah, I've heard stories of like people days after. Like if you do that with your hand real quick, you kind of see it move. Like after it's already moved.
No, yeah, you'll
image is
see
kinda there,
you'll see
yeah.
the distortion that you'll
And I've heard
track.
of people that like come off of their trips and they still see like it's like the world is moving in slow motion.
I heard
They
of
see it
people-
as it's
So they
happening.
can't unsee it.
Dude, I've
Yeah,
actually
I don't know.
I've
I heard of people
heard
being
this as well.
schizophrenic, bro.
Mm.
There's a story done by Vice, and they were talking about this man who did acid, and he either had taken so much of a dose or too much of a bad dose that now he has I'm not sure what the disorder is called or what the
Schizophrenia.
no not schizophrenia, but he can only see in black and white now due to
Damn.
having done
What?
this, and
Uh,
everything's
That's
a bit
crazy.
blurry in
Damn.
definition. Like if you was to look at this table, it wouldn't look as solid.
What the hell?
It would, probably look a little more fuzzy for him and stuff like that. But yes,
That's scary, bro.
it is scary.
bro.
That is
So the
your
interesting
vision
thing-
is literally like an old school movie, bro.
Fact.
The interesting thing about a lot of these people that like get these that end up with like schizophrenia or just having manic attacks and shit like that, a lot of times it's something that like they already had. It just hadn't presented itself yet. Like if your family has a history of, I don't know, like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, these diseases that are associated with your brain, it like brings it out earlier. It's like they
Yeah.
already had it, it just hadn't come out yet. Like they were gonna get it probably when they were like 60, 70. But for some reason this drug triggered it and it's here now.
Fuck.
That's why you stay away from the pills. You stay away from all the man-made shit.
And all right, that's what I want to ask you
Do
too.
not
Like,
fuck with it.
what is everyone's like boundary? Like, what would you not do? Like, would you ever try like ecstasy or
No.
like Molly or like any kind of party drugs?
Not at all. The only thing that I've accepted into my body is marijuana and
Natural.
natural. The only non-natural thing I have done is acid. Now, having done it, never really want to do it again. There's no need. I already have my fun with it, and I'm off that. Shrooms, I would love to do shrooms more. I think once I am at a very achievable level of a psychonaut, that is a person who does psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
You refer to them
It's
as
like
a
an
psychonaut.
astronaut, but
Yeah.
for psychedelics.
what the fuck?
So once I become, or I've reached a level of psychonaut that I feel that I'm powerful enough to do DMT, which
I was just gonna ask if you would do
I want
that.
to try that.
no, yeah, I would definitely try. I would try it.
DMT.
Yeah, I would try it in its two forms. There's actually a video I watched not too long ago about a man documenting his trips on the two types of DMT at a resort out in God knows where. But when we pass and when we die, our body releases all of the DMT at that moment. So you know how people will say, oh, when you die, right before your eyes, you'll see your whole entire life in a matter of seconds. It's because the DMT. Or who's to say that your DMT, trip, in a sense, is what you are doing now.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah.
So I believe once I'm at a capable level to do that, I will. And I'll embark on that journey and see what the teachings and result of that will be.
I actually know someone who took that.
Word?
Yeah.
Where they at right now?
I'll tell them.
What do they? Okay. So I'm assuming like you spoke to them about their experience and stuff.
I just overheard because they were talking to Steven about it.
Oh damn.
Well, I was in the middle of doing something, so I just heard them having a conversation like, "Hey, bro, yeah, I took this." So I was like, "Oh, okay," but it's my friend's boyfriend, so I can tell her.
Type shit.
I think where I would draw the line on what I wouldn't try nicotine. like at all.
You've never
I
tried
don't
to
fuck.
put
No,
one?
I don't fuck with
Nah,
nicotine.
Nick, yeah, keep that away from me
Fuck
too.
all that. I
So-
don't
No,
want to try
thank
that
you.
shit.
No
No, thank you.
hookah.
Yeah,
No.
Nah, that shit just seems like stupid.
I don't find the fun in it to
Like
be
even
honest.
alcohol, I
Me neither,
don't
bro.
really
I
like
tried hookah.
alcohol.
That shit is not fun.
But every once in a while, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, why not? But nah, that shit is just, it's literally a poison. Like, you just kind of feel it a little bit, and then that's it. Or at least from what I've heard. And then you just crave that shit. Bro, I know somebody that was losing like 10 pounds a month because they were smoking nicotine. Like, they didn't want anything else. So I'm good, fuck that.
Yeah, now that is
I'd
an
be willing to
addictive
try
chemical.
everything at least once, though. Probably not cocaine, just because that shit is just so easy to get a batch that's going to fuck you up.
No
Yeah,
cap.
That's scary.
I've seen a lot of construction guys get fucked up over that.
Bro.
I'm not even capping, bro.
And then the thing with like MDMA, DMT, LSD, that shit is, at least from what I've heard, more difficult to make. So odds are it's not gonna be just some little motherfucker making it in his basement type.
But you need to find the right people. And
The majority of the
connections.
time, this shit comes from medical institutions, and people get it and they sell it in the streets.
Yeah.
So no hard shit, pretty much.
Nah.
So dispensaries
Yes.
don't sell that?
Nah,
Like medical
No.
dispensaries?
not out here.
It's funny you mentioned that. So Mike Tyson is actually trying to pioneer that. He's trying to take I forget he named it Toad, something Toad. But he's actually trying to extract DMT and get it to the masses in a sense. I'm not sure if any of y'all have watched Mike Tyson's podcast, but he talks very heavily on psychedelics and that it's helped him drastically improve his life and the way he thinks of life now moving forward. Mike Tyson was one of the most controversially used people in the sports industry, boxing specifically. They stole millions and millions and millions of dollars from that man. He was quite a wild animal, doing a shit ton of drugs and doing a shit ton of shit and things along those lines. So for you to be one of the biggest motherfuckers on the world, like there's not too many people more
No.
popular, known, and idealized than Mike Tyson. So for him to say that when he embarked on his trip, his DMT trip, his shroom trips, where he killed that massive ass ego that he had, and now he's come to a point where he just wants peace and happiness. He doesn't want to deal with the ugly, nasty, grimy things that unfortunately we do as humans to each other, where we take advantage of each other, we use each other to climb a fake ass pole to be the first one to grab a rope, or a flag at the top, when it don't mean shit at the end of the day, but that's just a little take on that.
I like how you mentioned like Mike Tyson, like his past and stuff, and he's used it to help himself. But like, I also believe like other people, like with that story, like veterans, for example, people who have PTSD or like people who have gone through like trauma, like victims, you know what I'm saying, could like use psychedelics to like heal themselves. Of course, like very like moderated doses. Of course, I'm not saying to go crazy,
I
but
was
like
gonna say they microdose when they do that.
yeah, exactly, like
But very, very
microdosing.
small.
Yeah, hell yeah, too small, nothing too
It's
crazy.
Microdosing, I haven't attempted it, but I would like to learn a bit more on how it could be beneficial to me. But it's in a sense what I've heard it from others, that it's like you open the veil, your third eye,
Slow.
very, very slowly, to the point until where it becomes almost natural to have that third eye open. And a lot, one person that probably could benefit from psychedelics is Kanye, for sure. He probably could benefit.
Yo.
He made graduation.
But these things are associated with actually doing some good. Like I mentioned before, why is it we paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to go see a person to tell them about our problems, and at the end of the day, oh, your time up, I'll see y'all later type of shit. But I could take a drug and work through my problems and become a better person moving forward from that.
So how do you feel about like before, like people would get like taken to jail for possession of marijuana, and now like it's like a very profitable industry where like the government even taxes like growers and sellers. And do you feel like back then it was just because they like couldn't really get a hand on that money that they like made it illegal?
I think you need to reword the question.
Like, do you feel like now that they can touch on the money like through taxes and just like moderating it like through them? Do you feel like that's the reason why they banned it before or made it illegal, because they couldn't touch up on the money?
Yeah, I mean, if you think as a, the American government as a whole, if they can control you, they will. And if they can control your money, they will. So think about the hundreds and hundreds of, potheads y'all personally know that would give up they last $60 for a cart so they could be high throughout the week and all that shit. You feel me?
I know like two heads. Like
that Loki used to be you.
Sorry.
In high school.
Yeah.
We're looking at
I
one.
was a chief.
I remember this nigga
You're crazy.
damn near stole my pen one time.
Yeah, I was a chief.
Like, nah, I knew he wasn't gonna steal it because he's the homie, but it was like, damn, that nigga just took it.
I remember that day.
I got home, bro. I texted this man. I was like, oh shit, I think I left it with you. In my head, I'm like, all right, of course he's probably gonna take a couple of hits and shit.
I
But,
killed that
you know,
shit.
I get it tomorrow. It'll be damn near the same as it is today. The
Yeah,
next
no.
day comes, nigga shows it to me, bro. That shit was like halfway gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
No wonder you don't be
I'm
sharing.
like, bro, you just.
I wonder why you don't be
just got
sharing
it
his pen or
yesterday.
nothing, bro. This man be smoking with himself.
I like this
Greedy fuck.
No, it's facts. Smoking alone has bring certain peace to certain people. I'm
Use it to relax.
I could be a lone smoker or a social
Depends
smoker.
What kind of smoker you are.
Facts.
Honestly, I'm so used to smoking with Steven. So it's kind of weird to do. I mean, I like doing it by myself now that I've experienced doing it by myself, but I miss smoking with him.
I think with other people, I would rather be drunk than high.
Really?
I'd rather.
Why?
I don't know if I could do
It
it
just
though.
kind of makes shit funner.
I like being high around people.
Like when I'm high,
I
I'm
hate
kind
being high
of
around
more
people.
relaxed. I just want to chill. I don't
Yeah.
want people to be too energetic. I just want to relax, you know. But when I'm drunk, I'm like, let's go, let's do some shit.
Yeah, but
I never
that's the problem, or that's the hidden. Oh fuck, you might fuck up type shit. Because for people who might be a bit more reserved, you give them some bud, they might chill out a bit more. You might relax, loosen up a bit. But you give a person enough alcohol, you will see a completely different person.
That's true.
I can't get drunk
Completely.
though,
For sure.
No,
Why?
because I don't like it. I don't
No,
like
no,
the
yeah,
taste.
I don't like
it.
Hungover?
It takes way too
Yes.
long. I've never been hungover
That
because I've
shit
never
is
drank
ass.
enough. It takes too much effort to get there.
that is
Have you
very
ever
true.
You ever
crossfaded?
been drunk, Jay?
I have.
No, I've never
Yeah.
been drunk yet, bro.
What was that?
Have you ever crossfaded?
Yeah,
I've crossfaded too.
that was cool.
Yeah, me too.
Crossfade
But I
is
was
chill.
definitely
Wait, so
Yeah,
have you
way
tried
more
crossfaded, look.
Have you tried,
Whoa.
is it called dabs?
Dabs, like
Like, where you have to, like, it's like wax.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
damn, it's
I've
like
done
with the rig.
dabs, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's
Yeah.
this other thing that is like, it looks like, honestly, I hate doing it.
Keef,
No,
Hash.
not Keith.
Keith is cool.
The thing
Keith
that
is
looks
good.
like
Nice.
cocaine looks like crack. It makes
Cheap
me feel
Keith.
like a
what's that?
crackhead.
Crack. What
It's
you
like
smoke?
powder.
The hell you
Oh,
smoking
It's
on?
like powder.
Powder like THC or
How-
something like that?
So alright, so
Powder THC.
let me see if this makes sense. So
There's dabs and then there's,
alright, let's break it down. I guess so. There's carts.
right.
All right, so there's cartridges. There's marijuana as a flower.
How about RSO?
What the fuck is that?
Have you tried
Is
that?
that some synthetic
No,
shit?
that shit is
RSO?
fucking crazy.
What is it?
You know how to
Rick
educate.
Simpson oil.
Who?
It
don't
looks
know
like
what
black
that is.
toothpaste.
Nah.
It's edible.
Mm.
Alright. So
Yeah, this is some new inventions, dog.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
So there's tinctures. There's topicals. There's
These are some
Lasagnas.
weird names, dog.
yeah, so
Like some lotion.
so what I think you're talking about is like
lasagna
hash.
is like a tiny pill.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so.
So it's like you could
Almost
scoop
like
it
a
up, put it
Smartie,
on
but
top of
it's-
a bowl, and then smoke it.
Oh, no.
Huh?
This is
I thought you said lasagna, bro.
Nah,
Think of
lasagna.
like crushed up wax. If
That's,
it were to be a solid.
that shit sound like some
Wait.
other shit.
I don't know.
She about to look this up. She's like, I'm not a crackhead. I'm telling you.
I'm not doing crack cocaine.
But
I got no clue.
To
What's
get
a
back
drug
to-
that you guys want to try?
Hey, let me ask you.
Honestly, DMT for sure.
crack? It's like,
Nah, but
No,
nah,
thank you.
for drugs.
You can, like, scoop
because
Oh,
that word is
yeah.
becoming a bit more loose nowadays.
Like,
The only thing I would see myself trying to is do DMT, and that's probably it. I'm gonna
Wait,
keep smoking my bud. And
it's called sand.
Sand?
You haven't heard
the
that
fuck is that?
Never heard of
Yo,
that.
that sounds like
some hard shit. Like,
That
that's
is,
like some
bro.
Yeah, that sounds like some shit.
that sounds lower than crack.
That sounds
That's why I
like
don't
that's the
like
new
doing
best
it. It looks weird.
Yeah, nah,
that
thank
sounds like
you.
some angel dust.
Oh,
shit.
like live resin sand.
Oh,
Okay, so
resin.
I know
I
don't know what that is.
that's hash.
Oh.
That's like keef. So you know
Okay.
what? So in a grinder,
Okay.
that
but I
last
didn't
little
think
one
it
you
was
open
bud.
and you see all that shit. Yeah. So like,
Is it weird he does it by itself?
yes, because that's a waste of a shit ton of shit because
Yeah,
it's not a solid.
drizzle it on top of my bud and then roll it up.
Yeah.
Take it like that.
So the keef is just
it's just like
essentially-
a fine powder.
powdered form of marijuana, but it seems to be more potent. So that's why you sprinkle a little bit on top of your bowl, so you get an extra little kick on top of the bud.
Yeah.
But it's weed, ain't nothing not. So, but to answer your question about the government and the money game with marijuana, yes, they took advantage of that because look at how many people are dependent on it. Look at how many people we know who smoke weed.
But what do you mean dependent? Like,
Can you be sober? Yes or no?
Grace, are you dependent
yeah, I
on
can be sober.
it? You could tell me.
Do you notice a difference between you as your person sober and high?
I don't know. I think so.
I can tell the
It
difference.
depends.
I definitely could tell the
I could
difference.
definitely tell the difference.
No, I enjoy being high
I feel like
all the time.
the biggest distinction
it in
between
moderation.
someone who's like addicted and someone who's not addicted is if someone needs to have it to eat or to have an appetite.
Oh.
And you don't have any type of
Yeah.
illness or like you're a regular person,
Yo.
bro,
Facts.
and you need to smoke it to
What? You're
taste.
wildin', bro.
You're bugging. You're addicted.
And
You're
I
bugging.
think
You're
with
bugging.
that, also, all your money goes to that.
Yeah.
Literally, that's like your
Facts.
last, like he said.
Baby.
earlier,
Bro, I've had the
last
same
$50.
cart for like a year.
No way. Not
Bro,
even.
they
Hell no. Hell no.
No, I didn't say that. I said that shit is boof. Like that shit
Bro.
shouldn't hit anymore after it
It
hits.
still does though.
I would say
That shit hurting your head,
Bro,
bro.
you know Davey lying, bro.
You smoking oils.
Bro, this man knows. He can vouch for me. You remember when we went
This man smokes hash
to
browns.
Seaside for prom weekend? And I had that cart that I've had for years, and there was like a tiny little bit left.
Nah.
You remember that shit, bro?
Okay.
But no, deadass.
I remember that day.
That's why I was so surprised when you came the next day and the cart I had left with you was damn near done. Cause I was like, what the fuck? This shit lasts me forever. How did he finish it so quick?
It's because I'm a chief. I like smoking my butt. I like smoking. But that's
don't really
I
do
think
it like that.
the distinction you as a smoker, as a weed smoker, you have to, there is not a person who smokes on a daily basis that can say they are not addicted to marijuana, or what I like to say, the act of smoking.
Talking about you, boy.
I agree.
Because I'm not addicted to marijuana. I could stop if need be. Now, yes, we're going to deal with the fuck. I'm mad as shit all the damn time because I'm
But that's
fucking
'cause
annoyed
you're
and shit.
addicted though. That's what is it like?
A withdrawal or
Yeah,
something.
withdrawal.
Yeah.
But you also
That's one
mentioned
of the
some,
effects.
like, before, like, continue, like, you also mentioned, like, some people are, like, addicted to smoking weed and some people are just addicted to smoking. Like,
Yeah,
what
so-
did you mean by that?
So,
Like they have something in their mouth that they suck on.
so like, think about it like this. You get a satisfaction of smoking weed in different form. Like, my most pleasurable to me is a J, smoking joints. Now, I could smoke a blunt, I
Don't
could hit
fuck
the
with
pipe,
blunts.
I could hit the bong, I could do the bong mask, I could do the whole
Apple
nine,
bong,
you know?
bottle,
But
plastic bottle bong.
Apple, the whole nine. But I don't need to do it in all forms.
Okay.
Or let's say, for like general smokers, I'm sure a person who smokes cigarettes can pick up a J and smoke it, have no problem with it. But I'm sure that if you are a weed smoker, you would have a big issue picking up that cigarette and trying to smoke that shit.
Big ass problem. Shit tastes like black.
Exactly. So it's the
What?
it's the
Exactly.
It tastes like the color, dog.
It tastes like black. Like
It's
it just
the-
tastes like
the
ash.
distinction.
It tastes like nasty darkness.
Black and mild.
you gotta,
It tastes like it hurts.
you know, because there's times where I personally have to smoke a bit before bed in order for myself to, you know, gain the ability to go to sleep on it, you know, or, you know, I have an issue with my back. So, you know, obviously day-to-day tasks, every day-to-day task, you know, it's a bit, you know, of a nuisance, you know, so the clear-cut answer would be yes. Addiction, yes. But controlled addiction is what you'd probably label it better as.
I think
Do you feel
anyone
like
can
you're
be
addicted?
to anything?
Yeah, I could say that to a degree.
A lot of people can't say that.
That's facts.
I'm not addicted.
A lot of people won't
You're not
admit to that.
addicted, you're just
Not
dependent.
a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people won't admit to that.
I think,
Good.
at least with that, and the controversy with that is that you have to understand why you use marijuana.
But you don't think everyone has a habit? I don't want like any habit.
Yeah.
Actually,
No, yeah, well, no,
Everybody
yeah,
has a
yeah.
habit. It's just
Yeah.
There you
a
go,
certain
yeah.
amount of people have a habit that is using a substance.
yeah.
Facts.
Because people
Well,
go to
what's-
the gym and it's
what is
basically
it?
the same thing, except that they're going to the gym instead of smoking. Or people go for walks, or hiking, or you know whatever it might be, or writing poems,
But,
music. You know,
Facts.
It shouldn't be a problem unless like I said, like it's okay as long as you're not like
Everything in moderation.
exactly.
Yeah.
The,
It's a balance.
the best way to say it, everything in moderation.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Nah, there's
I wouldn't-
nothing
Nah,
wrong
there's
with
nothing wrong
doing it. It just becomes a problem when it has like a hold on your life. You know, like every day you wake up and it's like, oh, let me smoke before I go to work. Otherwise, I'm gonna be mad at work or whatever.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something.
What's up?
Would you okay, let's say right now it's controlled, right? And like it's then out of nowhere you lose control, right? You pick up smoking more or whatever. Would you want your loved one to get involved?
That's a good question because
Like I need to hear this.
my significant other, she doesn't smoke. Now, for some people who smoke, that could be an issue. If your partner doesn't smoke, you know,
If you're a pothead, yeah.
yeah, you know, that can be an issue. But would I want her to get involved? Potentially.
Would you be mad if she did?
Yes and no.
Why yes?
Because I guess this is a bit more involved in, you know, the character of that person. You know, for a young man being, in a sense, called out or put on the hot seat by, you know, your significant other, your woman, or whomever. You know, that's a big shock. You know, some people can't handle that, being called out and put in a place and to be told, hey, you have a problem, you need to fix the shit. Some people have a very, very big issue with handling that. So, but for my significant other, she understands that I use it for medical benefit. You know, I do have an issue with my back. And she's understanding that, you know, if I'm not high and I'm in pain, that's when other emotions come out and become more apparent. You know, so if you were, at least like how I can explain my pain is, I don't need to touch it, but you know your lower back, right? Imagine you
Yeah, my
felt
lower
this
back.
all day.
He does.
I do.
Exactly. So,
So
you know, any form of discomfort, you know,
Fucking loser.
brings anger, you know, brings frustration, and you know, with that, it can cause more problems. But if it becomes a significant issue where it's like, oh, you're not going to work, you're literally spending your last dime on a fucking dime and shit like that, like
Broke head.
that is a problem and you need help.
What the fuck?
But everything in moderation, and the number one thing that I've come to understand that if you start smoking weed, you have to find your reason why you do it. Not just, oh, they be smoking weed, I'm gonna smoke weed because they be smoke weed. You know?
I think it's part of genetics sometimes.
Yeah. It
Like
plays a factor.
being more addicted to substances?
Like, let's say addiction runs in your family.
It does.
That is actually like a genetic
Scientifically proven, yes.
thing. You can be more susceptible to getting like hooked onto things.
Yeah.
Like some people literally just smoke one cigarette and they're addicted like that.
Facts.
And other people
crack,
could
baby.
fucking like. There's a lot of actors that smoke like packs and packs a day for their role.
And become addicted after. Fact.
Yeah,
Oh my
and some of them
God.
become addicted. Others are like, fuck, thank God I don't got to do that shit anymore.
Yep.
So it just depends on the individual. But going back to your question, would I be mad if like my significant other tried to intervene? I guess it depends on all the facts. Because like for example, my mom has a big issue with me smoking because she thinks that's all I do. Like she'll literally be
my
like,
God.
"Oh, you have to be smoking. You gotta like
Yeah,
stop smoking
you're
so
annoying.
much." And I'm like, "Bro, what? I literally never do this shit. I do
Baby.
it maybe once a week.
You got a problem.
I rarely ever smoke."
Right.
But yeah, bro. Like literally, I can show you my butt right now. The fucking container's damn near full.
Baby, we love you, bro.
It's alright, buddy. I
But I
kind of
mean,
love
if
you
you're,
too.
I
I
don't know, I
guess.
think it's a Hispanic thing. Because my parents be annoying too.
No, I wouldn't say it's that. I think that they, well,
It's
But
like,
let me
they
rephrase.
see it like you do it every day type shit.
Maybe it's more stigmatized in
Yeah.
their culture.
Yeah, I
like
agree
where
with
they
Dave
were
on that.
growing up, how they were, you know, like introduced to it. Because over there, where they come from, or where their parents come from, in Mexico, it is like, bro, if you're doing bud, you're probably murdering people.
Mhm.
You know, somebody is getting hurt
It's the
because
same.
of where it's coming from.
It's the similar
Bud is murdering
stigmatism.
people, bro. Yo,
You know,
I've
with
heard
tattoos.
stories about Cancun.
Same shit with tattoos.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
So over there in Central America, if you got tattoos, you are a gangbanger. You
Yeah,
are a
you're a
criminal. You're,
gangster.
a murderer.
I've-
Like, that's it.
I've experienced this. My own grandmother became very livid with me when I got my first tattoo, to the point where she didn't talk to me. She was very upset with me. She couldn't look at me, type of deal. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, unfortunately, I don't give a fuck what you think, because I'm gonna live my life the way I want to. So you're the one over here boohoo and all this about something that I wanted. So, but the stigmatism is about for marijuana users that all you do is sit around and smoke weed and you're a bum. But
Yeah.
I know very successful people in my life who smoke weed and they are not a bum. They make 6 figures. Some of the most innovative people are, marijuana users. Or think about one of the most innovative personnel on the planet, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is an achiever of life. That man does everything to the greatest of his potential. And he's been smoking weed the longest.
Bro, fucking Michael Phelps smokes weed. Like, come on. Like, what? He's one of the greatest athletes in world history, and he smokes weed.
The NBA doesn't test for marijuana anymore.
But the thing is, I don't
There's
think
NBA
weed
players.
has a bad stigma as it used to have. You know what I
Not
mean?
anymore.
Yeah, of
Not
course
anymore.
not.
Not anymore.
Tattoos,
You know
not
what I
that
mean?
much. Well, the older generations, like our
Yeah.
grandparents,
Oh, for
are
sure.
still. That's how they grew
Like
up.
his parents, like Davey's parents.
No.
Wait, so
My dad, not so much. Nah, honestly,
Yeah,
I don't really think they care.
Like Davy's parents.
I don't really think they care because like I've explained it to them,
Okay.
and they see me and they see how I am every day, and I just come up to them one day and I'm like, I've been smoking for like years, and it's like, oh, we could never tell, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, obviously it's not a problem because they never notice. I'm still the same person. I still
So
do
answer
my
the
shit.
question.
I don't know my son.
What was the question?
Would you have an issue with your significant other addressing your marijuana
Addiction.
problem?
It depends on all the facts again. Because if it
What's
is
factors
like,
to everything?
if I know that I am
Yes
doing
or
this shit
no?
every day, it really isn't though.
But doesn't a
Because
yes?
people are complicated.
But doesn't
It's
a
like-
yes or no have to be looked at through the pros and cons of everything? Don't you think? So it
Like,
can't
I guess
be
I
as
wouldn't
simple
have
as
a
yes
problem
or no.
with it, but I wouldn't really take it serious if I know that I'm not actually doing this all the time. They just think that I am. But if I know that, oh yeah, maybe it is a problem that I can't go to sleep without smoking.
Can someone with addiction see that? Can someone with addiction
self-aware
in
are
general see
you?
that they have addiction, like that they have an addiction? Like, how
I
are you
mean-
gonna tell?
To a degree, yes. Some people are very naive.
Depends on how self-aware of yourself you are.
I think alcoholics specifically struggle with that
Oh,
immensely.
for real.
So
But a lot of times when people are alcoholics, they have like a very serious underlying issue.
Going on
Yeah,
for sure.
it's all right, Tiffany. Nobody's judging. you.
Yo, what the fuck? You're
What about
funny.
you, Jason? Would you allow, or how would you feel if your significant other like judged your addiction?
You would have a problem with it.
What?
Yeah,
I would have a problem with it. Wait up.
But go ahead.
If I was addicted to something, which I don't think I am, but
Okay.
stage 1 denial.
There you go.
Alright, no, but for real though, if that was the case, I'd be like, you know, I would actually want an intervention. You know what I mean? Honestly, because like,
Okay.
What you know?
no, I would low key want that because it's like, honestly, I feel like if it's a serious problem, let's just say if I was doing coke, right? Let's just say if I was doing coke, then I would, you know, I would want everyone that cares about me's input about me. You know, I would want that. You know, because I feel like that would really like stick right here, especially because you're up close and personal with all these people at the same time.
I think you would have a problem with it. And let me tell you why I think you would have a problem
Fair
with
enough.
it. Because ever since you got that little fucking pen,
I don't have that pen on me right now.
damn near every single time we've been together or like trying to do something, you're almost always high. And we have both mentioned it to you, and you
Yeah.
always get like hella defensive, and you're like, "No, what are you talking about? I don't do this. I don't do it all the time."
I don't
It's
get.
like, bro, every single
This is
time.
your intervention.
Every single
Yeah.
time.
I don't
I
get
saw you do
defensive.
it once
You
and
don't
then
think
not
Bruce is,
again.
like,
I'd be like, I
tired
don't care.
from
Go
work?
ahead.
No cap.
Yo, this nigga be doing
This man think he the only
physical
one
Yeah, but you
Back
gotta do
problems.
it every day.
Who do you think you are, bro?
Nah,
I mean, I don't know
like-
about you guys. Like, I do have that back pain, and I guess, you know, we'll see.
Yeah,
how
I
you
have
feel
back
about
pain
it.
every day.
But like, if I smoke today, for example, and I smoke like a moderate amount, tomorrow I'm still gonna feel like the physical effect. Like my back isn't really gonna hurt that much, and it's gonna last maybe
See-
like 2 days.
see, this is the
Then
difference
it's like,
between
all
me and
right,
you right
my
now.
back hurts.
All right, I'm gonna feel that pain regardless of if I want to or not. Because at the end of the day, what I do every day, I'm fucking exhausted. But my back hurts right now. So it's like, so you wanna see me pulling on anything right now? though.
He's like, but
So
nah,
I'm not smoking.
Who put that pen before he came in?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, just pass me the pen.
Did it when he got home.
I'm gonna actually take that shit. I'm gonna
He's
actually take
feeding
that.
for it right now as we speak, bro. Look at his eyes.
He's like, alright, so take
All right,
this shit.
all right, take this back to
Yeah, the camera
His
roll.
eyes twitching. Look.
Yeah, all right, boy.
Go ahead, Red boy.
I appreciate that, bro.
Go ahead, Red.
I don't feel judged.
Nah, go ahead, G.
Fuck, I
What
forgot.
about you, Chris? How would you feel?
No,
How would you
Chris-
feel if your girl right now came to you and she was like, "Yo, Chris, I think you just smoke way too much. I think you got a problem. You gotta like
Why you gotta say that?
what?"
Because it
I'm
made
not
me
gonna
This is
think.
lie.
probably how she would approach
It
it.
made me think of chicken tenders for some weird reason, bro. I don't know why.
I think you did smoke
Alright,
before you
right
came.
I did not
It's in you now.
But not gonna lie, like with stuff like that, I'm very like self-aware. So like, if I realize that, like, if someone comes up to me saying that like I bugged out or I'm tweaking, I'm doing too much, like I've already like noticed that like way before like someone mentions it to me. So it's like I'd probably like accept it and be like, you know, like of course there's always gonna be some pushback when someone tries to tell you like you're doing something or you're fucking up, but it's like overall you kind of just gotta accept it. So I'd probably accept it and be like, maybe I am tripping, you know. I'd like reflect and be like, you know, whether or not I believe I am or if I'm not, then should I change type shit. But yeah, I'm not really the smoking type. So
Nah, I think I can speak a little bit more to this, but I've come to a realization that, or not a realization, but more so of a practice where I will only allow myself to smoke if I'm doing something fun and or where it does not need me to be fully cognitive. So like if I'm in the house doing not jack shit and I just want to play the game, best believe I'm smoking a bowl, a blunt, the bong, and I'm gonna hit the pen.
Holy shit.
Yo,
say shit about me, though.
Yeah, but he doesn't try to deny it, Jason.
That
You try to hide it.
What am I
You try to
hiding?
hide it from the world, bro. We know who you really are. We see you every day.
But
We know who you are,
you guys
Davey.
don't think it's like a little judgmental of you guys? Because just because you guys don't smoke and Jason does doesn't mean it makes him
I don't
someone
think
who's
it's
addicted.
judgmental.
No,
I
that's
think
true.
it's more of we're caring.
Yeah, you
Because I
don't
do
care.
smoke. Occasionally he'll smoke.
I don't.
But if I see him smoke and I see like, all right, you're doing this shit way too much. We're trying to get shit done, and you're just over there kind of looking stupid. Then it's like, okay, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, be more mindful of it. I'm not telling you to stop smoking. Just like, chill. Like,
that's
decide
what
when is it
right.
appropriate for you to smoke.
Make the distinction.
Today, maybe
No.
not.
Make
Listen,
a distinction, bro. Damn.
Like at
Listen,
work,
bruh.
I do not smoke at all.
I don't smoke at
before
work
going to
either.
work.
We got this turned into us all picking on Jason.
Oh God, no! And yo, this man's exaggerating mad hard, bro. Oh yeah, when we're setting up here and I'm high, I know damn well I'm setting up with y'all. No cap. So stop capping.
I'm not talking about today.
I just,
Yeah,
I
every
just
other
think
time
if
too,
you
when we were trying to
if
write
you can
that
make the
script, what were you
distinction
doing?
of whether or not okay, hey,
Yeah, but my
it's fun
script got
time,
lost.
then get high. But if it ain't fun time,
Yeah, I
don't get
usually
high.
do it if, like, you know, I'm off tomorrow. It was a long week. I'm trying to chill. Like, let me smoke. Let me relax. Play some games. Eat some food. Because I don't got shit to do tomorrow, so who cares?
Every day. Anyway, I'm gonna just this episode's not about you today.
Is there something you want to say, Jason?
We'll have an
You want to
episode.
get
How
something
about
off
fr-
your chest,
You know,
Jason?
we'll
Might
have
as
an
well just
episode
say it right
dedicated
now.
to you.
Might as
Yeah.
well.
Speak your mind.
Bro, this man came all the way from Utah. Why the hell are we doing this now?
Speak
Next
your mind.
episode. Next
This
episode.
is the extra credits.
Bruh said blooper. But
Bro, y'all got any final questions?
shit, bro. I guess we could come back to the one that I had asked you previously about like your school life and shit.
Mhm.
I'm basically like asking you like, what happened when you sent like the videos to everyone? Like, why did you do it? Like, what was your mindset at the time?
You know exactly what video he's talking
No,
about.
I know.
Bro, everybody knows.
And this isn't
You know?
something I shy from.
Mm.
You know this. I wear it out on my sleeve. You know,
Oh shit,
That's your
Unfortunately-
best friend right now.
unfortunately,
that was
no.
low key one of my best friends at the time.
Cool.
No, I looking back on it, obviously the mistake was a mistake, and I've always accepted full responsibility.
I
and
mean, wait.
Accountability.
Sorry. From my point of view, I just knew it was out there. I didn't know the backstory.
I didn't know
sent
that
it. That's
he
why-
sent it.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, me and her were like low key pretty close when the whole thing happened, and then like a year later, I became friends with you.
Yeah.
I had no fucking clue that it was him
hmm
that like did all that. Then I found out, and I was like, oh, well, shit.
Well, all right. So there's always been one big thing that I've always wanted to clear up about this situation, because the person involved with this has made a video about it,
Yeah.
and they said their side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny shit
Watch that
is,
side.
none of y'all have ever heard my side of the story.
Hey, exclusive.
happened?
So this
We can
thing,
talk
like
about it later.
I wear this on my sleeve because it's something I did, and I've always fully accepted what I did. I ain't never shied from it, not a day.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me this: you and your significant other make a sex video, tape,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That's private between y'all two.
Yeah.
If you both make that decision to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that I'm having a person in my school come up to me on a random day asking about a question? And this particular question was regarding a tape that I had made that not a soul knew about at that moment in time.
Mm.
Just you and the other person involved.
Mm-hmm. So how's that I'm having another man, or excuse me, at that time a kid, a boy,
Little boy.
asking me
Right.
about something that's my business, and
Mhm.
not a soul knew about it before. So if I ain't open my mouth, who was opening their mouth?
Mm.
Everybody always wants to put the big target on my back, but I ain't never said my side of the story. So what's up?
So you didn't release it first?
No. I had a person come up to me while walking to class and stop me. Alfredo, let me ask you a question real quick, bro. What's up, G? Yo, I heard you got a tape.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, what?
Was this person friends with her? Or you don't know?
Or was this a
guy?
random person?
No, so this wasn't a random person in general. I knew this person. I had a form of a relationship with this person. But the thing is, how, why, and who said something
Mm-hmm.
How are you coming to me with information that only I and another person should possess?
Right.
So that means someone else fucked up and did some shit.
Right. Did you ever figure out what this was?
No, but I'm sure it's because, just like how I wanted to show it or something like along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Potentialities could be that person also wanted to do the same.
But let me ask you this:
Yeah.
did you send it to someone else?
I did.
Why did you send it to someone else? Was it like out of spite? Was it just like?
It was out of confrontation to not rumor, but imagine you're on the bus. All right, let me tell you the story how it is. I was on the bus on my way home, and as I walk by, I hear these two people talking. Now, one thing about me, in specific, I am very, very aware on what the fuck is going on at all times. So you might think, oh, we can just talk shit about this person. They're not gonna notice. Bitch, I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to be ballsy and address them after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made that decision to send it to them. And then that's when it spread like wildfire.
Wait, so they were talking about you and then you sent it to them? And how did they know? Were these the first people that you sent it to?
Yeah.
So how did they know? Like these
Exactly. That is my whole point to this. How and who knew before I did what the fuck I did?
So there was multiple people that knew before you even sent it out, not just that one person that you.
Because the rumor started going around that there was a tape.
And you had not mentioned it to not a soul.
Not a soul.
Was there any kind of like legal consequences to this? Like the whole situation? Because I know the police got involved at one point.
Right.
Yeah.
No, so
Wait. Before you get to there, right? Because I know you told us you found out that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the most random way to find out, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So, how was school like, and how was it, the talk with this person when this all happened?
So school, I was suspended from school 3 days right when this incident had happened. I had one of my trusted friends actually escort the other person to class
Why?
so that she can get to class without everybody trying to get to her talking about what's this, what's that,
Okay.
So even though I made a grave mistake, I did my best to fix it in that particular moment with what I could do. So everybody, wants to put the
blame on you.
blame on me, but where the fuck is the accountability for the other person too? Like,
I don't know shit about it.
But
But it's kind of hard to believe that a female wouldn't say, yeah, like I showed someone else. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
So you're gonna give the benefit of the doubt to the female?
Not necessarily, because I have to respect your side of the story, but it just, I don't know. It's just, I guess, a crazy coincidence for you. Like, I guess bad luck.
So
Right, like, I mean, I would say that's
Okay.
fucking bad luck, because that's fucking crazy that the minute you sent it, the minute you sent it, she told someone else, like.
No, he
No.
he hadn't sent it.
I
Someone
had
came up
not
to
said
him.
a word about it. I ain't never show nobody. I ain't never tell nobody. Not a thing. We made that video. It was on a phone that no one had access to.
Right.
Right. The only person with that phone was me and her.
Okay.
So why is it the fact that after we made that video, whatever, we got it, a week later happens, whatever, I'm not worrying about it, nothing we did is cool, I'll watch it later, whatever type shit, you feel me? So why is it that one random day I am walking to class in school, I was passing the cafeteria going to the F wing, and this person stopped me. He was like, hey, Alfredo, let me ask you a question real quick, bro. And I go over and he's like, yo, bro, I heard you had a tape. But I had not sent the video out.
But you sent it out after.
Yes.
Out of spite.
So,
I sent the video out after the fact because there was the rumor mill going. I heard a rumor on the bus and I addressed the rumor.
so you wanted to prove to other people that there was one.
Not prove. Now, being a naive person and immature kid back then,
Okay.
obviously once you get some, you want more.
So, I know like your side of the story has never gone out, or like not many people may know it. But like, take us throughout like the whole timeline. So like, basically, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some person came up to you,
Sure.
and then like from there, like start from there, and like let's try not to interrupt them.
Yeah,
So
and,
we'll start from the beginning.
don't leave anything out, bro. Feel free to express your feelings on everything. You know what I mean?
So, me and this person decided it was the best idea to skip school and do what we wanted to do. Me and this person were very close to each other, very comfortable, and we decided that we could do what we did and make a sex tape. Now, this happened. You know, we make the video, we had our fun, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then is normal business after that. Every day, go to school, go to practice, come home. That's it. So why is it that on a random day of a week, I'm getting a person, asking me a question, and the question being, "Hey, Alfredo, I heard you got a tape." But why is that question being asked to me when I had never, ever said it to anyone? Not even my best friend. You feel me? Like, no, I did not tell a soul that I did that. No one needed to know because that's not y'all business. You feel me? But once that had happened, I was like, okay, something's going on. Because somebody knows and I ain't say shit, so who the fuck said something? You feel me? So this is what I've always speculated. That the person that I was with either was showing someone else, maybe a girlfriend, and that girlfriend was like, "Oh, here, shh." You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'm normal. All the rumors started about the school, right? So that happens. I'm not sure. I can't give you exact dates and times, but boom, I get presented that question by a person in my school who had not a piece of information. If I didn't give that piece of information, who did? The only other person that had the fucking phone, and I did it with. You feel me? So that happens. So now the rumors start going. Now I'm on the bus, and I hear these two females talking about the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you hear Alfredo got a tape? As I'm walking by, type shit.
Okay.
And I hear that. Now this person will be named, not named, excuse me, but
can I comment on this?
yeah.
Were these one of the people that got suspended with you?
No.
Okay.
More than
Are you aware that other people got suspended too?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I know. I know
Obviously,
other people
probably
were suspended.
People
but
that got caught with it, I would
yeah,
assume.
like I could tell you how it happened,
Okay.
in a second.
I'm sorry
But-
if I cut you off, bro.
So, after having heard what I heard on the bus, I decided to confront this person outside of school. And they were like, "Oh, like, I don't know." So I texted the person. I was like, "I heard you was talking about me on the bus." And then I was like, "What the fuck was you talking about?" Because I heard you. So what the fuck you want to know? And then that whole thing popped up. And then that's when my dumb ass made the dumbest decision possible. And I was like, "Yeah, it's true here." And sent it. And then that's what happened. A wildfire. And for those though who don't, who speculate, there was also a point in time where people did not even know it was me. They thought it was a whole different person.
I didn't know.
Exactly.
I didn't even know.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen any of these videos. I'm thankful that I've never seen any of these videos. I've never seen them. So,
Bro,
Yeah.
if I were to tell you the amount of weirdos that were trying to send me
Bro, I bet you
and
niggas
sending
was
this in
jacking
group
off to
chats,
it. I bet you there was niggas
it was
jacking off.
wild. I
I'm
was
not gonna lie,
like,
that's a weird ass.
and I don't know if we know this, bro, but people were sending like,
Those are weirdos.
we're like trading this shit like Pokemon cards, bro.
I know how
Real
the
talk.
game ran back then,
It
drop,
was so
airdrop on
funny.
everything,
Kick group chats and shit.
But no, yeah, so I decided to make that decision. Now, I've always been held accountable for that decision. I ain't never said, "Oh, no, it wasn't me, I ain't do that" type shit. No. Y'all ain't never seen me or heard me ever say that. Because I wore that shit on my chest. Because as soon as I got off of suspension, I was right back in that fucking school walking to class. and ain't nothing happened from it. You feel me?
So talk about like, okay, so what happened after like you sent it to that person? What did you start noticing? How did people like start like, I guess like acting towards you afterwards?
I feel like the only people that would like have treated him differently would probably be females.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I don't think guys would give a fuck
Yeah.
But the thing is, no one
unless they're like really close friends with her.
no one treated me different. Ain't nobody ever. I had never had a problem in Franklin High School, and everybody could check me on that. Ain't nobody ever have smoke with me. I ain't never have smoke with no one. And that was it. I was untouchable, because that's how it was. I never had no problems. So moving forward, after the fact, it was something that I had to deal with, knowing that I had made a grave mistake. Now, I don't want to slander the person that I did this with, but this person is also not a good person themselves. That person also has to be accountable for their actions. You know, and if you were to have found out things that I know about this person, y'all would probably look at this person different too. And that's the reality of it. Everybody got information on everybody. It just matters what information is more important.
Yeah, we know, Jason.
You feel me?
I hope you do.
We know
Now,
what you did.
okay. Now, once the wildfire started happening, like it started circulating around the school, and like police were involved. Like, what were your thoughts in that situation?
So I'll walk it tell you how it happened. So I was in the B wing, first floor. I was leaving the stairwell, and I passed plumber's office. And as soon as plumber make eye contact with me, he's like,
Oh damn.
so then I'm like, oh, what's up, coach? Like, hey, what can I do for you? Like, he's like, so I heard there's this issue going on with you. Do you know about it? And I was like, no, not really. And he was like, okay, well, there's a video of you and so doing something or whatever. Can you tell me about that? I was like, no, there's nothing really, nothing for you to know. Like, keep it on the reps, because I ain't gonna flat out just say yes. You feel me? So then, after that, I had that conversation with plumber. I come home later that day, and then my parents sit me down and say we have a problem.
Damn, your parents find out.
Yeah, so it's not like the craziest thing that I look at nowadays is that like y'all don't realize what the fuck happened. Like y'all thought it was the end of the world for her, but y'all ain't never give me a fucking day of light. What the fuck was gonna happen to me?
Never got your side.
Exactly.
That's the reason why we're asking you now.
So it's like, to answer it clear cut, yes, there was legal action, but the legal action done by the school, because I've spoken to her father after that happened, and this man has expressed to me that he was not angry at me, he was not mad at me,
He was disappointed.
he's just like, it happened, and it is what it is. It happened, but that man does not hate me, nor does he forsake me. Nothing negative from them came to it. The only person that had legal, the authority, actual authority to, put legal charges or anything along those lines was that person and their family. And their family loved me. Still. So, the school then decided to try to take legal action against me. And that did not work. Because there was nothing, I couldn't be charged. There was nothing to, really do. So I just had to go to the child courts or the, children's court, whatever that, is.
I didn't even know they had that.
It was $1,000 to get a lawyer to just say yes or no or whatever to a question or whatever. That was it. But nothing ever came from it. I was never put on probation. I wasn't fucking blacklisted or fucking sex offender list. Nothing. Not a thing happened to me. The only thing that came out of that is the disappointment and the understanding that I hurt someone with the decision that I made, that my actions will and did have consequences. And that's what it was. And just move past it.
Type shit. Does anyone have any like questions about it? Cause I got one.
Sure.
But
Yeah, I got one too.
Alright. What's your question and what's his question?
All right. So you know, I told you, about the other people that got suspended, right, with you. Do you know that, like, do you know all these people that got suspended with you?
I know one person in specific who I believe got one of the lengthier suspensions.
Distribution.
he was like the major distributor. The
And-
fuck, bro.
And I think it was who I talked to you about.
Who shall not be named?
Who shall not be named.
I don't know
That was your
who it
question?
Yeah, that was my main question.
What about you, Chris?
Alright, so
We're on the edge.
I bet. So pretty much my question was like, what were your like intentions when you were sending it? Like, and like be like as honest as like
I was trying to get more pussy. That's it.
from the videos.
Yeah.
You were trying to impress him. Be like, yeah, look what
Clear
I
cut.
do.
That's it.
She got something to say.
How long do we have?
That's it.
I could see a child making that decision.
Right,
True.
child.
How long do we have?
My battery's at 13%.
All right. Okay.
And we've already been here 2 hours.
Shit.
The longest one yet.
Shit, bro, we can end it off on that. Shout out
But-
to everybody watching. Watch Just Don't Cap and fuck with us. Facts.
What's up?
No cap. And yo, thanks for coming over here, bro.
I appreciate
And
y'all.
shit.
we appreciate your side and everything, bro.
Thank you for allowing
Real
me to,
shit.
thank you for
Real
allowing me to
shit.
give it the, ability to say it, because I ain't never say it. So, hopefully when people see it,
mad
understand.
respect, bro. Honestly, 'cause you kept it truth.
I appreciate it.
Well, all right, yo. We'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.